Today I'm going to be building an Asia only zoo. Basically, I'm going to be building with a zoo with only Asian animals. And here's a little spoiler for what's coming ahead. A grand escape, let's just call it that. I started with making a tropical Asian zoo. I put it on easy mode obviously because I'm not too good at this game. And I called it Asia Only. The most creative name ever. I started by making a outline of the path I wanted. I did a all grid path and I put an information center in. Then I started working on the staff path, which I wanted to do a red color, and I don't think it's gonna stay like that though, to be honest. After putting the Zoopedia Asia filter in, I looked around for a while to see which animal would be most fitting for a beginning, and I finally found the Saiga, or the Saiga, Saiga, we'll call it that, Saiga. I made the barrier out of a in-game wood barrier, yes, okay, laugh it up, haha, I use in-game barriers, but it is easier, and if it's like a sandbox zoo, then that's kind of different. This is just like a smaller zoo that I want to create. And then I proceeded to buying the Saigas, sorry. They had females in the market only. So I was waiting for a male Saiga for a while. I then put the first Saiga in the habitat, and they're pretty wonky. They're pretty cute though, like little antelope. I love it. And then I forgot I needed to do all the other habitat stuff. It's editing Jeevan here. Sorry, the quality's not that good since I'm recording straight from Planet Zoo. But my footage of me making a habitat for the, I forget what these are called, let's see, the desert horn vipers, it got lost. Also, we finished the Saiga habitat. Basically, I mentioned how every Planet Zoo YouTuber uses the rock formation, and I'm gonna go show you guys how it looks. Alright, so I turned off G so that way you guys don't see what other animals there are. But yeah, I did the rock formation thing. It actually kind of helped out a lot. It does look better, but it was sad actually. There was a really funny clip of a Saiga actually walking around the formation, cause it and I made a joke about how I didn't like it. But that was like 5 minutes of the video. It's okay. There was a lot more. Oh, but yeah, enjoy these Saigas. I added some bedding into their habitat, some enrichment. Oh, are you dead? Oh, oh God. Uh-oh. No, you guys are seeing everything. Okay, anyways, it kind of ruined, I don't know, a whole fourth of the video, but it's okay, guys. Alright, here's what happened in a nutshell. So basically, the Saigas were so, far away, I guess, that the weak guests decided, oh, it's less than, a neighborhood walk away, we should just leave already. So our profit was, it was way under what I expected it to be. So I had to add these little guys in. And,
Actually, people started looking at them. If you can see, I think there's some people. Yeah, there's some guests viewing them right now, and they were actually helping our money. That's the biggest financial disaster ever. We're living off of 2 snakes. And then finally people actually noticed that there's something else in this zoo the whole time. And that something else was Side Guys. Yeah, the snakes, I think they have something against me. And that's why I'm using super secret security cameras, because if I go up, they're just not gonna do anything. They're just gonna be mad at me. So yeah, that's pretty much what happened. And somehow, yeah, for like 1 or 2 years, we were living off 2 snakes. But then we decided to build the third habitat. I'm so upset that we lost the footage to building this habitat. But yeah, I basically did another in-game barrier, haha, laugh it up, yeah, whatever. But, oh god, you guys saw nothing. Anyways, so we built this really, like, quickly actually. I decided to add this, like, blueprint from the conservation pack. I thought it'd be, like, cool to add. And then I realized it has a lot of plants that they don't like, so I took out some of the plants, but it was still really cool, so I decided to keep it there. They use the arboreal feeding pad, and it's pretty cool. They also use the forage box. Where are the red pandas? I was like looking at one earlier. But yeah, it's a pretty cool addition to this zoo. I don't want to like zoom out so much, otherwise you guys are gonna see what else I did. But yeah, they were pretty cool. Definitely recommend having them in the zoo.
I then wanted to watch the red pandas just run around for a bit because I didn't really get a chance to. And they're so adorable. Like, I get they're a base game animal, but they're still really cute. I love seeing them like walk around and climb around. And okay. I guess these things can magically like go into wood. That's crazy. I then watched the Babirussas just walk around, and they're actually pretty cute. I actually like them. They look like little pygmy hippos. Oh my gosh, I wish there were pygmy hippos in Asia. Then they would be the perfect addition to this zoo. I then decided to start building for the spectacled flying fox, which was just a walkthrough enclosure. I love the walkthrough enclosures. They're really cool just to look at. I then looked at my rewards, and I saw like it was for canines or canids, I don't know. Anyways, the bats were really cool, and I really liked them because I don't know, there's just something about these walkthrough enclosures that just make it so cool. Since the challenge was to breed gold canids, I decided I would go with the Japanese raccoon dog next. It was recently added with the Asia pack. They only live in Japan and in temperate biomes, according to the Zoopedia. I really like little things that run around. I feel like they're cute and pretty much very underrated. I think that's a good definition for them. Then I built a thick glass habitat. Oh no, I think that was one-way glass. I really don't remember. Anyways, I finished it and it looks pretty cool. Profit was absolutely amazing. I loved it. It's way better than how it was before. Like, way better. And then I added some of the finishing touches to the raccoon dog's habitat. I think they are actually called tanukis. Comment down what the correct term is, guys. I then decided to build a habitat for the dhole, I think that's how you pronounce it. They are also canines or canids, and I did want to add some more of those. So, and if you watched like the first part of the video, you're gonna know what happens next. So, I didn't know that dholes could jump, and I guess this sinister dhole decided that he could take advantage of that. So he jumped out. I called a vet like as soon as I saw it, and he scared like a whole bunch of our guests out of the zoo. Look at him. Such a bad boy. Swear, if there was a jail for animals, you'd be there. Yeah, you should feel ashamed. This is a grand escape, guys. A very historical moment for our zoo. Oh my god, I'm tearing up. Just joking. Then, the vet actually came and kind of shot him right
here.
I guess I did a voiceover. Anyways, it kind of shot him in the butthole and threw him back into the habitat. I then got to work on building a habitat for the southern cassowary, which lives in some parts of Asia and Australia. It's the most dangerous bird in the world, and since it has like kind of one horn on its head, it's also known as a unicorn bird, I guess. And giant plot twist, guys. It turns out that the two cassowaries that we adopted were siblings, and I got the notification that they were inbreeding, so I released one and I got another one. I was so shocked when I found that out. I was like, what a huge coincidence. I then got to work on building the Indian peafowl habitat. They are actually from my country, my heritage, India. So I'm very sorry for not including them. I'm so sorry, ancestors who are watching me right now. It's okay, guys. It's not a big deal, right? Right? They'll forgive me, right? Yeah. They'll definitely forgive me. They love me. Right? I then sent the peafowl to their habitat, and I even got some white ones because I was like, okay, that's really cool. So yeah, I sent them to their habitat and I started waiting for them. Their habitat is, I think the terrain's horrible. And then I got another alert. Plot twist, they're also siblings. So I released one of them and replaced them, because we cannot have that happen. Like, I'm confused at this point, guys. Like, how did I accidentally order it from the same zoo? Hopefully, oh, no, the other one, the new one, is from Frontier Zoo, where nobody is siblings or parents and son or daughter or whatever. I then took a second to watch one of our white peafowl. She's really pretty. They actually look so different, like from their normal colorations, which is really interesting, actually. I really like how they look. I hope we get some like white albino babies. I really want that for them. It started raining. She yawned and then it started raining. That's crazy. She's magical. You guys, we found the best peacock in the world. We must protect her from anything that happens. I think I'm gonna name her Lord Shen, even though it's a girl. I don't care, guys. We don't discriminate in this channel. Then I had to replace the saigas because most of them died out, and it took me such a long time to find another male. I then started building a habitat for the giant Malaysian leaf insect, which is really cool. I actually really like these. I recently saw them at the zoo, and like they blended in so well. I was like, whoa, those are really cool. Like, I don't think I've seen them a few times, but like, it's in zoo, it's much better than in game. I then got to work building for the Bengal tigers. Yay! Fun fact, Bengal tigers are actually the national animal of my country, India. Then I brought the tigers to their habitat. So long story short, I rated some of my other franchise zoos of their tigers and another animal I'm going to be building for soon. Anyways, so we had 2 adults and 1 baby, and I was like, okay, yeah, we're going to do it because I'm not using like conservation credits. I'm going to run out real fast. Anyways, the tigers were brought to the habitat, and whoa, they're glorious. Look, he has some red on him. That's pretty cool. Oh, the little baby at the bottom is just really cute. After deciding to build for the Indian elephant, I wanted to watch Lord Shen run around her beautiful domain, and she decided to rest in her palace. But then, while I was watching her, someone proposed. And now, Lord Shen is not pregnant. I kind of forgot I put them on the birth control, but Lord Shen, she's okay, I hope, right? Hopefully she won't swear vengeance on me, you know, like by destroying her zoo's profit. Once I finished setting up the Indian elephant habitat, I went onto the animal market to see how much they cost. So I just typed it in, and holy guacamole, that's a lot. Let's see what the cheapest one is. God. Yeah, that's not happening. So I raided one of my other franchise zoos, actually 2 of them, and I took some baby elephants away. And bro, these elephants are adorable. Like, oh my god, look at that. They're all babies right now, but they'll grow up eventually. I then got to work on building a habitat for the reindeer, and yes, they do live in Asia, not Antarctica. But I forgot to mention also that I built a restaurant. I mean, I didn't build it. I used one of the Planet Zoo blueprints. And, oh yeah, and I also extended the Japanese raccoon dog habitat because they didn't have enough space for some reason. For this habitat, I actually asked my aunt on FaceTime, like, what kind of, like, how she wanted this to be. I asked, which Arctic species would you like for me to build? And she said reindeer, and I was like, okay, do you want the guests to walk inside the habitat or just view from the outside? And she was like, walk in the inside. And she asked, and I asked if she wants more of a forest theme or if she wants more of a snowy theme. And she said snowy theme. I then had the reindeer brought to the habitat. The only problem was I couldn't find a male for a long time. I still haven't, but I'll double check once I upload this video. Anyways, so far I was so happy with the outcome of the reindeer habitat, and honestly, like, the reindeer, I know they're an older model. They came out in the first DLC, the Arctic animal something, but it's just such a beautiful, like, gentle creature. I really wanted it in my zoo, and I'm glad that she picked that for the zoo. Like, just look at that. I mean, I know it's not like a very clean model, but it's very cute and I still really like it. I then got to work on building a habitat for the red-crowned crane and the Japanese macaque, which are both interspecies enrichment animals. I wanted to make sure that before 25 years, we had 20 different species of animals in the zoo. So that's why I did some interspecies enrichment animals. They were then brought to the habitat, and I know I don't really build for these things a lot. Like, I'm not really a primate person. I'm more of a mammal or like bird person. But these are actually pretty cute. Even though they're base game animals, they're very cute. Never underestimate like base game animals. I feel like the base game, it has over 70 species, and I think every animal there I mean, most animals there are pretty nice and most of the time actually very underrated and overlooked. Then I built a walkthrough exhibit for the Old World swallowtail, which is also a Asian animal. It's just from Northern Asia. I then got to work on building a habitat for the takin and markhor. So I was thinking about adding the Paradavid's deer or whatever it's called, but like it has a very different habitat from the markhor, which I really wanted to add in here, so I left that little guy out. Plus, this is more of an Arctic area. Then they were brought to their habitat, and they're actually pretty cool, even though they're just like goats, I guess. I love goats, actually. Fun fact about me, I've never eaten goat in my life, and I never will, because before I was vegetarian, I don't know, I just loved goats, probably because of the game Minecraft. But yeah, I never want to eat goats, especially markhors. I don't think that's even legal in America. I then got to work on building for the giant forest scorpion, which lives in some parts of Sri Lanka and India. And this is like, I've used this one a lot, but it's a pretty easy thing. All you gotta do is buy some scorpions, put them in an exhibit box, and then kind of like fix it out. So exhibit animals technically do count as species, obviously. So I wanted to quickly put another animal in without needing to put way too much effort in it. So I just decided to put it like near the entrance where some of the other exhibit animals are. Then for the grand finale, I decided to build for the giant panda. Yay! This is the national animal of China, I believe. All pandas in the world, all giant pandas in the world actually they belong to China. Even ones that are in zoos, they still belong to China, which is a strange rule, I'll admit. Then the pandas were brought to their habitat, and it was really cute. One of them started climbing the tree. I've never actually seen this happen in game, so I looked at it for a while, then I stopped because it looked like it was staring into my soul. I'm not even joking. Look at that eye. Yeah, you can see I stopped and quickly zoomed out. You can still see it there. That's a little dot. Very cute. I love the pandas. And that brings us to the end of our zoo. I know I said I'd do it for 25 years, but we had 4 years spare. It's gonna be a little sad leaving the zoo with Asian animals only. For now. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share, and comment if you want to, and I will see you in the next one. Bye! They're so cute. Aw.